As always, appreciate you guys' time covering our team. Thankful for you guys and fired up for the opportunity in front of us. Thank you, Jesus, for an opportunity to coach this team. And God is good, man. Three-peat. The moment on Friday night with our team, and I was talking with our leadership earlier, was very, very fulfilling for me just as a coach and mentor in their life, especially knowing where we had been, a month ago and counted out and left on the mat, left for dead. And these players, our staff, just continue to go to work and continue to grow, and just such a resilient group. We were in danger, and then, like we talked about, we were in danger, and then we became really, really dangerous. And that's a testament to our players, our coaches. So seeing the joy on their face during the game, after the game, is what makes it so worth it for me, because I love these kids. I know that God has such a great plan for them in life, more than just football, but seeing them go through hard things and come out on the other side champions. Hats off to them. And thank you, Bronco Nation, those fans on Friday night, even in the rain. That was some of the loudest that stadium's been. And we got the best fan base in the country, period, end of story. So thankful for them and proud of what our team's been able to accomplish. Obviously not done yet. Got a huge opportunity to play one of the better teams in the country on Saturday night down in L.A. in the L.A. Bowl, playing Washington. Coach Fish has done a phenomenal job with their team, and obviously Washington's been really good for a long time. And Coach Fish is a phenomenal football coach in all three phases. They're going to be ready to rock. Offensively, they have probably the best offensive weapons in the country, and their quarterback, number 2. I mean, he is electric. Getting him on the ground when he scrambles is a task that not many can do. And he can make every throw. Both their running backs, number 1's an NFL draft pick. Both are going to be NFL football players. Their offensive line works great together. They got matchup nightmares at receiver. And they run an offense that puts you in a lot of conflict. Coach Fish is really the point man offensively, runs it, does a great job with it. They got great coaches on their staff. I know a lot of them personally, and they do a really good job offensively. And then on the flip side, defensively, very, very well coached. They don't give up many explosive plays. They're going to fit things the right way in the run game. It's really hard to get off their man coverage. I mean, both their corners are 6'3 plus. Their safeties can run and cover. Their front's really, really good. They play well together, and that's why they're sitting where they're at. They're one of the better teams in the country, and defensively got a lot of respect for what they do. Special teams-wise, they're very, very sound. They've been explosive at kickoff return, which is something that we got to do a really good job with our coverage units. And we know across the board, talent-wise, they've got a really talented team. That shows up a lot on special teams because you're playing with space. So ton of respect for Washington. We've played them a few times in the past, obviously prior to Coach Fish being there, but know a lot of their coach and their staff and got a lot of respect for them. Jordan Powell, their tight ends coach, is a really good friend of mine. He actually was the offensive line coach at Azusa Pacific when I was a player there. And then he was a senior at University of San Diego when I was a freshman there. And so he's been a good friend of mine a long time. So I texted him earlier. I said, can we still be friends this week, or is it going to be awkward between both of us when he sees us? So he's a great friend of mine. And like I said, I think the world of their staff, think the world of Coach Fish. And this is why you play in bowl games, right? We're a football team. Our guys love playing football. And you got a national game and a national spotlight Saturday night in L.A. in an area where a lot of our kids are from, against one of the better teams in the country. I mean, that's why you love college football. So our guys are fired up for the opportunity, and we got our work cut out for us preparing for a really good football team.
You've said in the past, this program's been built on beating teams like the Washington Huskies. I think you said after the Notre Dame game, it's nice to play these teams, but we got to start beating these teams.
Correct.
Is this one of those games, one of those teams, like, we need to win this game and get that monkey off your back, so to speak, and start beating these teams again?
Yeah, I mean, at Boise State, we have very, very high expectations here, and as we should. And so playing a team like Washington, we don't go into these games to try our best. We're working our tail off to find a way to go win this football game, just like Washington's going to do. And are they a very, very talented football team, very well coached? Absolutely. I believe in our team. I believe in who our team is, and we got to find a way to play our best on Saturday. And I believe if we play our best, we'll find a way to win.
In the past, you guys have gone down to bowl games. It seems like earlier, this time, 2 days before the game. Is that just kind of just a quick turnaround, or is it just kind of a change in what bowl games are? Or?
Yeah, good question. It was just kind of how the LA Bowl is set up. Obviously, it is a quick turnaround. This will be game 14 for us, right? And it's really just like no time off. I mean, we had really an extra day, call it Saturday, and then we've been in game week since Sunday. And so it's nice that you stay in rhythm. Obviously, we're going to have some guys banged up from the championship game that we're going to, next man up, carry the flag. But it is, I think, the first bowl game in the country, which is awesome and has its pros and cons, just like anything, but fired up for the opportunity.
Any update on Cage or any of the guys that might have a decision to make? Or?
Yeah, I met with our leadership today and just talked. And I know hearing from them how excited they are about the game, but we'll continue to have those conversations throughout today and this week.
Do you expect to have anybody out at all for whatever reason this week?
We still got to go through the training room, Prater, and see we had some guys get banged up on Saturday. I'm sure, like I said, I understand the landscape of college football where a lot of our players are getting hit up from agents and different people in their future and all that. I do know I haven't met with our team yet. We're going to meet later tonight, but meeting with our leadership on the message in the leadership meeting was we're not done. Right, we got one more game left to play, and like I said, our guys are football guys, man. They want to play. Will there be guys in the next 24 hours that decide maybe not to? And okay. But I know the majority of our team right now, and when I met with our leadership, they're fired up for the opportunity on Saturday.
You think having the game be so close together Saturday for both teams, not just you, would make that more likely guys would decide to play than if they had to sit around for a month?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean it's you have really two more full speed practices left. It's not like we're playing on the 28th or 29th, to your point, BJ. So I think there's a lot of positives to that of why to play. And at the end of the day, if someone – and how I am always, if you don't want to play in this game and you don't want to be a part of it, that's okay. That's your life. The guys that do want to play and are all about playing football and finishing what they started, those are going to be our guys we go to war with on Saturday.
You kind of touched on your experiences in this game 2 years ago yesterday, but for you, just everything around the game, what was the coolest thing about playing in this game?
Yeah, the stadium's awesome. I mean, SoFi, I remember the first time, 2 years ago, walking out there even before the game. I mean, it's, one of the best stadiums in the world. And so I think the atmosphere is awesome. I know, obviously, Bronco Nation's going to travel well. I know Washington's going to bring a bunch of fans. So I know the atmosphere is going to be big. And I think just playing on a national stage is a big deal for our program, right? I believe in our team, and we want to play in these games and play our best.
What's different preparing for a short turnaround, just in general, for both you and Coach Fish versus when you have 3 weeks like last time to get ready for a game?
Yeah, it's really just a normal game now, Bob, right? Sometimes you have bowl prep practices, right? So if we played in a couple weeks, you'd have a couple days to focus on the fundamentals and techniques and then maybe a little bit on the opponent. We don't really have that right now, right? We're in game week. The second it got announced on Sunday, we flipped the script and we were focused on Washington, and we've been really in game week mode. So it's really less of a bowl game than it is just really the 14th game of our season. It's the last one.
What is your take on bowl season in general? I mean, I know college football has changed, but forever, it was like a big honor to go play in these games, and now you have teams all together opting out, players weighing whether or not to play, and I know it's just like a new day and age, but what's your take on bowl season?
Yeah, obviously everyone's got their opinion, and I saw some teams that decided not to play and some of that, and that's everybody's prerogative, and got a lot of respect for whatever decision people make. Individuals that decide not to play, that's their life, right? We got 108 guys on our team, and they all have their own life to live. I know for me, you only get better at playing the game, right? And I always want to recruit and have a team full of football guys that absolutely love playing football. And they're going to keep score on Saturday. There's going to be a lot of people watching, and you're going to be playing with your team. And these are moments that you just love. And I think yes, there are guys in our team that are going to be playing in the NFL, but a lot of our seniors aren't. And I would never take an opportunity from our guys to not play in a bowl game with a group of guys that have absolutely earned the right to play this 14th game. To me, it's too special. Right? Love this game, love the interactions that our players have, love the battle that's going to happen on Saturday, and our players do too. And so my thoughts on bowl season, I think there's going to be some change. I think the college football playoff is going to get expanded. I think it should. I think it should be open up a lot more. Does that mean bowl games are? I don't know. Right? I control what I can control. But whenever there's an opportunity to play football, I want to be a part of it. Whenever there's an opportunity in a game for our team to play in, I want to be a part of it. And then I like that the game's quick. I think there's no time for us, to sit back and overthink things. It's game week, man. Like, it's our Sunday, it was our Monday, like, we're rolling, and that way you don't lose any focus. And I just know for our program, we want to double down on football, guys, right? This is a football program. We focus on development here, and another opportunity to play. Last game of our season, 2017 was the last time we won our conference championship and a bowl game. Been a while. I talked to our leadership today about it. Like, that's a big deal for this place. It hasn't happened since 2017. So we got our work cut out for us, but we're very, very fired up for the matchup. And bowl season, as it changes and goes, I'm sure there'll be a lot of things that change in this landscape over the next years. But I love playing as many games as we can.
What do you make of the playoff format moving forward? And obviously, with James Madison getting in and Tulane, a lot of talk about, that's got to change for next year or whatever to put in more power conference teams. How, I guess, confident are you that the Boise States of the world are still going to get their shot?
Yeah, we will always have a shot to make it to college football. I mean, you look at this year, we're probably one win away from being it this year, which is on us to be better, to make sure we win those games. There's always going to be a shot for any team in the country, if they play the way they need to get to the college football playoff. I think you look at it, and guys that are maybe frustrated they didn't get in, like, for me, I'm not frustrated we didn't get in. We didn't win enough games. And there's guys that didn't get in. I didn't see anybody that was undefeated get left out. You control that. You control your work on the field. Now, is it going to change from this season? Probably. There's going to be pivots and changes, and college football is in a great place. Is there changes that needs to happen? Absolutely. But there's going to always be a shot for I think, any school in the FBS. If they have a season that they handle their business, deserve the right to go have a shot at the college football playoff. Is it going to be expanded? I think it should. I think it'd be awesome. I think it's awesome for college football fans watching playoff games. You look at the FCS model. I'm not saying that's going to completely be able to go to FBS, but that's an exciting thing to go through a playoff run. So I'm sure there'll be changes, BJ, and I've read a lot of the same things that everybody else reads about, 2 group of 5 teams going to the playoff and how that's going to go. I'm sure there'll be changes, just like they made changes last year. But I always believe there's a shot for Boise State, and then it's our job to handle our side of the bargain.
You said that you guys were in danger, and then you became dangerous. I think it was after the Fresno State game, the morning after. You said you were here like 4:30 a.m. and you said that you forgot that it was even your birthday. What do you remember about that morning? Why was the treadmill or whatever you were on? Why was that your release? And was there any ultimate takeaway from that morning?
Yeah, as soft as it sounds, I was actually on the elliptical, Jay, at 4 a.m. No, I mean it was a time for me and to just really collect my thoughts. The day prior was the first time as a head coach I ever lost on the blue, booed off the field. Painful moment for me and our players. Painful moment for our program. And just really wanted to get some time by myself. Couldn't really sleep and just really wanted to learn. Man, what are some things that we need to do better? What are some things? Because I don't ever want to be reactionary as a leader. I don't want to look at a game you lose and then react. I want to respond with answers. I want to have answers to why are we not playing as good as we should on offense, defense, special teams, player-related stuff. And so just needed time, did a lot of prayer, and just like, Lord, what are maybe some things I'm missing? What are some things I got to do better off in this culture? And use those few hours by myself in the dark to be ready to meet with our staff. Because I always want to be very consistent with our staff. I always be very consistent with our players. Where you win a game, you lose a game. Yeah, there could be a different urgency in my tone, but I don't want anyone to guess who I'm going to be as a leader. I want to be very, very consistent. And so I just took that time in the morning to collect my thoughts, to learn, to have some really good questions for our staff, and so that we could grow and be better in the future.
Part of your routine, like getting up on the elliptical, or like what? Yeah, I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, I try to find my way in the weight room most every day in the morning. Me and Coach Hilgart will get after it a few days a week. I work out with our freshmen 2 days a week, which is probably the best thing I do. I work with our developmental group. I'm in there back squatting with them. I'm getting my tail kicked, but it's a good time for me to be around our players. But then there's also moments that I'll just be in there just working out just by myself. I'll be listening to a book or a sermon or something. Just it's time for me. So then when I'm done with that, and then the rest of our team and people are here, I feel like I'm the best version of myself as long as I get that morning time.
Since we're talking about you taking off your shirt,
Yeah.
that message that we saw over the weekend across your chest was something about a broken brother. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I've had more text messages about those pictures that I have about our team probably winning a championship game. To be honest with you, I had a couple people text me like, "Hey, I saw the AI generated photos of you," and I'm like, Well, sadly enough, they were AI generated. If they were, I would have made some adjustments to them, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was. So when I was 17-ish years old, 17, 18, and always grew up. I was a '90s kid, right? So I thought tattoos were really cool. I thought all the cool kids had tattoos, right? And I remember asking my mom, like, I want to get a tattoo. I want to get a tattoo, and she would always say no. And then, but I realized as I got closer to being 18, if it was something related to family or Jesus, I had a really good shot to get a tattoo. And so it's a tattoo that me and my brother got, and it says, "Not even death itself can separate a brother." It is something that we kind of came up with together and got it when I was 18, and had some other moments where I thought it was really cool. Now I'm a father of 3, 37 years old, and whenever I go to the pool, everybody looks at me like, why am I there? But it's the reality of what it is. Yeah. Yes, he does. He has it on his back. Yep.
What made you decide to do that pregame?
So we did it last year. Once again, I didn't know Coots set up the media to be there. That's on him. But no, it was we did it last year. We always greet our players. It's something whenever they come to the facility, we're always going to greet them and be around them. And Dirk Cutter actually brought it up last year as taking our shirts off and having a little bit of juice. And so this year, when it's a little bit colder outside and they're coming off the bus, we put the old ski masks on and had our hammers and shirt off, and just want to have a lot of joy with our players, want to have a lot of juice, and it was just going to be a fun time with our guys.
The season has been obviously a roller coaster, but what is this ride, this journey, what has it taught you about the guys in the locker room?
They're resilient, absolutely resilient. I mean, these guys won't flinch, and even being knocked down, that doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean we haven't had a lot of things to learn in, but this group of seniors, this group of leaders are absolutely resilient. And they love each other, they care about each other, and not focused on what people tell them we are or what people tell us. We're focused on who we are with each other, and it's a resilient group, man. They love each other, and we're excited to finish what we started.
You guys, typically for the championship game, you'll have the whole team carry the hammers out, but I noticed your 4 captains held on to theirs for the coin toss.
Yeah.
What was behind that?
Yeah, they did that. That was them. I mean, we always have the rest of our guys carrying them all out, but they talked about it, and that's the hammer, and we talk a lot about it. Obviously, it's given to the player maybe with the biggest hit or the biggest, most effort that game. More times not the biggest hit the week before, but it also symbolizes the blue collar mentality of this place, right? Dan Paul is it's named after Dan Paul because that's who he was, right? That's who this place is. This is a blue collar work ethic, count it out, outwork you. That's us. That's why the hammer's there. It's hard to swing a hammer consistently. If you continue to swing it, you're going to get tired. You're going to get blisters. And so it symbolizes Boise State football. And so in a championship game, I want everybody to carry a hammer out because every single one of them, scout team to the starting players, had something to do with that championship run.
Alex Madsen, the mental space, how is it different today than it was last week?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know if it's much different. Because he's a competitor. I mean, this time last week, going into the championship game, figuring out if he was going to be healthy enough to play, he was still laser focused. Met with him, he's in our leadership group as a captain, laser focused on Washington. I mean, he doesn't ride high or too low, and that's what makes him an elite leader is he's very, very consistent, and he's a cold-blooded competitor.
How do you feel the vibe is? I'm not talking last year for the CFP, but the 2 years to the LA Bowl, both were teams that had to come back. But you got a quarterback that you think probably is playing in Madsen where you lost Green. It just seems like there's a better vibe on this team.
Yeah, I know our guys are just very, very proud, right? When I was able to, and I haven't been around them completely yet. Sundays are off. I was around them on Saturday for their med check, but just proud. But every single one said, "Coach, job's not done. We got one more game." But I'm proud of them. I mean, seeing the joy out. I remember being on the stage looking down at our players and the joy on their face and remembering, to Jay's question a month earlier, there wasn't a lot of joy. There was a lot of people frustrated, heartache, where you put so much into something and it not going the way you wanted to, right? And fans have their opinion, but, man, I see these kids work. I see them here at 5:30 in the morning, leaving when it's dark because of the work they put in. And that's why it breaks my heart when it doesn't go well for them. But then seeing that moment of joy means the world. And so they're very, very fulfilled. But also understand we still got one more game to play. And we put a premium on football here, and the job's not done.
So what role does Rachel play in your response? And obviously after the game, she was on the stage with you, and She's holding up the number 3 too. And then wasn't she the one that reminded you or sent you a message or something that it was your birthday that day?
Oh, yeah.
What happened there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, my wife, my sweet wife Rachel, man, she is my rock, man. She keeps me very focused on just things that matter, right? And especially even with our family, and especially we have 3 kids under 4 years old right now, and you come to our house right now, it looks like a bomb went off just because it's just you're chasing around a 4, a 3, and a 9-month-old. It's a lot, and my wife is a rock star with it, and she gives me such a good heartbeat on our players, right? And when she never asks questions about how are we going to play defensively this week. She asks about how's Ty Benefield, how's he doing, how's Sire Gaines, and it's such a good reminder to me of why we are in this, right? It's what we feel God has called us to do. It's not, well, that's what Spencer does for work. No, Rachel's called to this too. And when we started dating and got married at Azusa Pacific, making $8,000, it was like, you sure you want to do this? Because I know this is what I'm going to do. And she was all in then, she's all in now, and she's a rock for me, and she keeps me focused on the things that matter.
Looking at Washington's run defense, what impresses you most about them, and what do they do to really throw teams out of their game?
Yeah, first off, their front play is really, really good. I think 2 of their edge guys are 2 of the better edge guys we've seen. Their D tackles play really well with their technique. Linebackers are very smart. Their offense is very similar to our offense, right? Pro style, and they can fit every run scheme, from mid-zone to gap schemes to whatever. You're not going to see them short, and they're very, very athletic at linebacker and safety, and they fit fast now. And so they're very, very well coached, and got a lot of respect for what they do defensively, and especially in the Big Ten, they see a lot of different offenses, and they're very, very stout.
Your Sunday conversation with Coach Pete, was it any different yesterday, and do you expect to talk again throughout this week?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he texted me after the championship game, just so proud, and then Saturday hit him up about potentially playing Washington and kind of mess with him a little bit. But no, we talked on Sunday, and because yes, when we talk, it's not so much about who we are playing. Well, we had conversations about Washington, and he's obviously very connected there, so we're not going to. He wouldn't get involved in the opponent. So much of it is just more our team, my process, my heart on kind of messaging where I feel this team is at. What are maybe some things that I need? Maybe some hard conversation with players or coaches that I got to have. What are some maybe ways to do that? So much of it is more our culture, our process. But you better believe I was messing with him a little bit about UW.
How about, one more. Here are a couple of your newest signees that were in the stands, on Friday night. One thing that this program sells is winning and a chance to win championships. So how important is it to achieve what you guys did on Friday, and maybe for some of those guys to actually see it?
Yeah. I mean, being a three-peat champions, that's hats off to our players and our staff. I don't know how many teams across the country can say that. I would assume probably not many. And so when we talk about coming here, developing you, Built Different is building champions on and off the field. So when you talk about the football piece, nothing's promised. I can't promise a championship in 26, no different than I couldn't promise one in 25. But when you say, hey, we've won it 3 times in a row, I think that shows recruits and families that we have a process to win championships. And then show them our players and our process for building them off the field. That's why we've been able to get some really, really talented players, but players with very, very high character that want that for their life.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
See you guys down there.